I have in my hands the Peak, a new email device that came out recently. You can see it has a very simple design, nice QWERTY keyboard, QVGA resolution display. There's no volume control because there's no audio whatsoever. This isn't a smartphone. This is just an email device. Kind of think like the old Blackberries or something. Nice textured back. Little design here, which lines up with the scroll wheel. Scroll wheel can be pressed in to activate your current selection, and a dedicated back button. That's it, folks. Not much to this device. So press it in to turn on the display. You can see the email list and just use the wheel to scroll through it. There is no main menu. This is what it looks like. It's just email. You can see that the navigation is somewhat slow. What I'm going to do is pull up one of the email messages here. You click on the wheel and it brings up a menu. I'm going to click again on Open Email. And there you can see the email message, just some fake text there. Again, you can see it's kind of slow scrolling through it. It's not horrible, but we would prefer it to be a little bit faster, but you can understand that they're probably using a pretty low power CPU in this in order to keep the price down to $99. It has the ability to view simple attachments like images, but that's pretty much it. Scroll down here to view images and just click again for the menu. Now this image was downloaded ahead of time, so it comes right up. But if we go back and choose a different attachment, one with a larger attachment, you can see it'll take a while to download. Again, here's the message. Go down in the menu to view images. There's the list. And then you can see the little indicator spinning around at the top showing that it's active. It only has a GPRS connection, so this is a 160K image. It's going to take a while to download, so we're just going to have to wait. And there you go. That's Michelle wearing some 3D glasses at a Samsung event. As you can see in the menu, you can reply, forward to messages, you can save it, save the sender as a contact, and of course you can get to Peak Manager, back to the inbox, or the contacts. Now the Peak Manager is where you put in settings and things like that. You can define what accounts, up to 3 accounts. It can only be email accounts that are with providers such as Gmail, Hotmail, things like that. You can't put in your own POP or IMAP accounts at this time. It's also worth noting that it appears to only use POP for access, so if you reply or delete a message on the Peak, it's not going to disappear on your main server. Has various themes, or color schemes I guess is a better way of describing it. A couple different display modes for battery saving, how long to keep the display lit up or how brightly, and settings for sounds and alerts. Right now I have this set up to both vibrate and make a audible noise. Now about the only thing left in the device is the contacts list, which I can't really show you because the contacts have all the email addresses showing, and I can't really show you these addresses. I can tell you that I downloaded the contacts from Gmail automatically, which was nice, but it included all the suggested Gmail contacts, which are kind of a pain. So everybody who's ever sent me a piece of spam is in my contacts. There's no easy way to delete contacts either. You can't do a delete all or anything like that. You have to individually delete them. It's a real pain. And again, slow scrolling, and when you have a list of a couple hundred contacts, it takes a really long time to move through it because you can't really use the keyboard to jump ahead. Pressing the keyboard just like it does here does nothing. It doesn't skip you ahead. In terms of creating actual emails, the keyboard's pretty nice. We're very pleased with it in general, except for one aspect. You can see that it moving along pretty nicely here. The only problem is the space bar. The space bar really seems to be two separate buttons, and if you try pressing the space bar in the middle, nothing happens. It's kind of annoying. There's another problem. Not all the symbols are available. While you can see there's a lot of symbols up here, there's no plus sign. Dedicated at symbol here is pretty nice, but there's no way to get a plus sign at all, which is kind of frustrating. One of the things that's bound to be a problem for people on the Peak is this rubber front end cover. It's flush mounted in general, but as you can see here, it tends to pull up. And all you need to do is put that in and out of your pocket a few times, and that's going to start coming up everywhere. You can also see that after only a day of use, we somehow managed to nick the red paint or soft touch paint or whatever you want to call it off of the Peak. So it's already a little bit damaged. I really don't feel that this is going to hold up all that well. So they would have done much better off with a hard plastic face and just use the soft rubber for the keypad, which admittedly works nicely enough. And just to give you an idea of how large the Peak is, here it is right next to a Samsung Blackjack 2. You can see the Blackjack's a little bit longer, but it's a bit narrower as well. But overall, comparably sized. So there you have it. It's a quick look at the Peak. Decent little email device. Costs $99. Can be bought at Target stores right now. Requires a monthly service fee of $20 though, which is pretty steep for a device that only does email, doesn't do text messaging, instant messaging, or anything else.